Yo, shorty, you keep coming around like you want something. You gonna fuck around and get it one day. Who your man?
Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to be stressing no bitch.
And you know it.
Chasing these thoughts, you'll never get rich.
And you know it.
You don't want no smoke, but you talking that shit.
And you know it. Nigga just mad I'm fucking his bitch. And you know it. Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
The original Clark Kent from down with Kool Herc.
Right.
Yeah, and shout out to both of them.
Right.
But you know, because he corrected me, what I said in Drink Champs, because I was talking about the flyer, like, yo, that flyer ain't real, like, you know, and I said, yeah, I think Clark Kent didn't know him for like 2 years after, from what I'm hearing. And then after that, I wasn't sure again. I was doubting myself, and I called him. I'm like, yo, help me out here. He goes, Legs, in essence, you're right. I wasn't at that jam. I didn't even know Kool Herc, but I met him a year after that, not 2 years.
Right.
So I was still right to a certain degree in terms of like.
So was the flyer real or?
No, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. But I mean, here's the thing: if you want to pinpoint a date that we can celebrate for all of us to come together, and I get it, because, you know, technically there is no, in my opinion, there is no absolute date. Prior to celebrating that August date, it was always celebrated November 12th as the hip hop anniversary. That August 11th thing only started 11 years ago now.
Right.
Because we had never seen that flyer before that.
Right.
And the word is that flyer design was made for a shirt that Cedric and Cedar was doing.
When they were a clothing company, when they had the clothing line.
And even look, Cornell University doesn't look at that flyer as authentic because, number one, it doesn't physically exist.
No one has one.
Huh?
No one has one.
No.
This one.
Right. And you also, if it doesn't physically exist, you can't, so let's say if you have the tools to, the scientific tools to really test it and see if there's like, because there's marker over it, but if the flyer was originally done in pencil, that means on the paper there should be indentation.
Right.
You can't even test for that. So we have no way of verifying. If you have people saying that I wasn't there and they're on the flyer, how do you reconcile that? You know? Well, or at this point, because it's so overblown, do we just take it as is?
You just leave it like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
But then what is that?
But then
what does that do?
Past 15-20 Cedric, how do you feel? Like, are you like, bullshit? Like,
no, here's the thing. All right. Remove the embellishment and the stories that you can't verify.
Right.
All of their credentials are still dope, influential. They deserve all the props in the world.
Right.
There's no reason for any one of them to embellish their stories because we still celebrate them. You know, I happen to love the history, so I'm willing to be proven wrong if I need to be, and I'll make the change. But don't force me to go with a narrative when I've heard pioneers say things in private that they won't say in public.
What pioneers? I gotta ask. I'm just saying. I gotta ask. That's my job.
Why not set the record straight for everybody?
You know what? All right. Here's the deal.
Because it's a play.
In early 1990, we were at a Zulu meeting, and prior to that, we always called Bambaataa the father of hip hop. That's something that no one ever brings up. So Bambaataa comes into the meeting one day, and you know he says, "Hey everyone, I just want you to know when it came to DJing, Kool Herc was the one who inspired me to play a wider variety of records." So he says, I went to a Kool Herc party and I said, oh shit, I got that, but I got more. And that's what really made Bam start thinking out the box. And he tells us that day, so from now on, call me the godfather of hip hop and call Herc the father. Now, what I think he did wrong was he said, he made it a blanket statement about everything. But where are Kool Herc's peers in graffiti, breaking, and MCing? From what I heard, Herc didn't like people on the microphone when he was DJing. So he wasn't an advocate for MCs.
Right.
So he can't be the father of rap. You know, it's impossible. It just goes against all these stories. Is his impact still amazing? Yeah, of course. He inspired Bam, Flash. I don't know if he inspired like Mean Gene and Theodore and all of them, but his influenced the two next greatest influencers in hip hop for that era.
Right.
So whether the flyer is true or not, to a certain degree, I don't give a fuck, man. They're all important. We've all played roles. Even when it comes to breaking, I asked Clark Kent, and he goes, and about like, you know, tell me what you experienced, because Clark Kent was an original B-boy. And he goes, Legs, I don't know why these people are fucking with you. All we was doing back then when we were breaking was imitating James Brown. We wasn't really breaking. We were imitating James Brown. Whatever you guys ended up doing happened from years and years of different things happening.
Right.
And he goes, and then he says, us who used to break, we only used to break for like 6 months to a year and a half. And then we stopped because they got focused on wanting to meet girls. And they were a little older. So the retirement age for a B-boy back then was around 15, 16.
Wow.
So we have to remember when people are saying all these things and when they say stupid shit like, oh yeah, Puerto Ricans or Latinos commandeered hip hop. Motherfucker, I was 10 years old. Like, shut the fuck up. Who's, like, how does that make sense? Like.
Why you giving me mixed signals? Let's be honest, I want some dick in you. Or you don't. I don't know.